Today I want to talk to you about something that is really close to my heart. What is the best way to learn English? We all want to speak fluently, confidently, naturally. And while there are many methods out there, nothing compares to full immersion. So let's explore what that actually means, who it's for, and how it can transform your learning journey. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a tip. And if you're serious about improving your English through immersion with expert guidance, check the link in the description to book a free lesson with a native teacher from Live English. Let me take you back for a moment. I was born and raised in France. Like many of you watching who are learning English from non-English speaking countries. In school, I started learning English the traditional way. Grammar, vocabulary, written exercises, all taught by French teachers who were fluent in English, but they were not native speakers. I knew about English. I could understand some basic texts, pass exams. But if you ask me to have a conversation with a native speaker, forget it. There was a huge gap between what I knew and what I could actually say. That's when I realized this way of learning was too passive. It wasn't giving me real world confidence. Pro tip number 1. Passive learning is a good start, but it's not enough to have a conversation in English. Everything changed when I moved to Dublin. Now I know not everyone can move to an English-speaking country, but let me tell you what happened. From the moment I arrived, I was surrounded by English. I had to speak it at work. I had to understand people on the street, in shops, in social situations. And at first, it was exhausting. I felt like a child again, always trying to decode what people were saying, trying to find the right words to answer. But slowly, I started improving. Not because I was studying grammar books, but because I was living the language. English was no longer a school subject. It was part of my daily life. That's the real power of immersion. Pro tip number 2, learning English like a child would do and living the language is key to speaking fluently. But here's the thing, moving to an English-speaking country doesn't guarantee fluency. I've seen so many people make the same mistake. They move abroad, but stay in a bubble. They live with people from their country. They work in jobs where they only speak their native language. Their social life also in their mother tongue. So what happens? They stay in their comfort zone and their English doesn't improve. That's not full immersion. That's relocation without transformation. True immersion means actively choosing English every single day, even when it's hard, even when it feels uncomfortable. Pro tip number 3, leaving your comfort zone and actively choosing English in your daily interactions will take your English to the next level. Now, let's be honest. If you're a complete beginner, full immersion might be overwhelming. If you're at level A1, you still need structured foundations. But if you're at level A2 or above, that's when immersion starts to work its magic. You understand enough to follow conversations. You start picking up on tone, slang, expressions. You begin to think in English, not just translate from your native language. At that stage, immersion becomes the most natural and powerful way to grow. But you still need support. Pro tip number 4, If your level is not a solid A2 or above, full immersion will be too challenging. When children learn their first language, they don't study grammar. They listen, they watch, they repeat, they live the language. And as adults, we can say, trusting the process. You don't need to understand every single word. Just need to be exposed to English regularly. You'll start to hear patterns. You'll notice how native speakers express emotion, give instructions, make jokes. That repetition helps you build fluency without realizing it. But, and this is important, what children have that most adults don't is a constant source of feedback and correction. That's the missing piece. Immersion is amazing, but sometimes you hit a wall. You'll wonder, am I saying this correctly? Or why do native speakers use this word instead of that one? That's where corrections come in. Feedback, clarification. You need someone to say, great effort, but here's how a native speaker would say it. Or, what's your pronunciation on this word? Try like this. Without that kind of guidance, you risk building bad habits. That's why Live English exists. Pro tip number 5. Seek feedback and corrections. You will speak English fluently much faster. At Live English, we bring the power of immersion together with expert support. We offer one-on-one lessons with native English teachers who are not just fluent. They are great communicators and teachers. In every session, you're speaking, listening, learning in context, but you're also getting explanations when you need them. Vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, it's all corrected, but in a natural and encouraging way. And most importantly, you build a real human connection. Your teacher gets to know you, your goal, and your challenges. It's not just about learning English. It's about building confidence to use it in real life. So, if you've been stuck in a cycle and still don't feel fluent, ask yourself, am I immersing myself in English as much as I could? Am I getting the right kind of support when I need it? You don't need to move abroad to live in English. You just need the right environment. And we've created that for you at Live English. Try it for yourself. There's a link in the description to book a free lesson. No pressure, just a chance to experience what true immersion with expert guidance feels like. If you found this video useful, give it a thumb up, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs the boost on their English journey. Thanks for watching, and remember, fluency isn't a destination, it's a process, and you're already on the way.